Hello everyone! I'm back today to do some coasters from to kind of help celebrate Chinese New Year this year. I am using Naked Fusion Diamond Clarity for my epoxy resin, and I'm also going to be using some chunky glitter from Martha Stewart in Florentine Gold, and I've poured a little bit of resin into this little cut off water bottle and have already added some of the gold glitter. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add the gold glitter just to the edges of my 4-inch mold here. These are the kind that have the rim all the way around the edges, okay? And these came from Amazon. They are the 4-inch size. And we're going to be using these stickers from Stickability that I got from Hobby Lobby. Okay, there are 8 stickers in all, but we're going to be using 4 for goodwill, love, peace, and joy. They all have Chinese characters. So I am going to start by just pouring, hopefully, just into this rim. I can squeeze these little cut-off bottles pretty well, so I just need to pour really slowly and try to get into this rim. I don't really want it to go over, so we can have just a nice edging without it going out into the middle. I'm going to take just a little bit of paper towel here that's got a spray of alcohol on it, and just kind of clean up my edges here. Okay, these look pretty good. I'm going to run my heat gun around the edges real quick, and then we're going to let it sit before we do our next step. I'll see you then. Okay, everybody, I'm back to do the next step on our coasters. The little rim that we have here is completely cured. My resin is getting pretty warm. It's been sitting out about 20 minutes or so. Got a few little micro bubbles in there, but I think we'll be able to take care of them after we get it poured here. Just going to cover the bottom. I don't want a thick layer, just enough to cover the whole bottom before we place our stickers. Yeah, it's definitely getting thick. I want it to cover all the way to the corners. And then I'm going to wait till this is just sticky cured, okay? So not cured smooth and hard and shiny, but just till it's just smoothed over and still super sticky to touch. And the way I test that is I usually just take a little end of my, like a little wooden skewer that I use for like moving stickers around and things, and I just barely touch like a little corner or something, and it's kind of how I judge. There we go. All right, so I am going to go over this with my heat gun real quick here. Okay, so this is the kind of skewer that I was talking about, one of these long like kebab things, and they work really well because they've got a little point on them, and you don't want to stab into your silicone mold because you could damage it, but they work great for kind of coming up along the sides and lifting the bubbles out. Or if you're using stickers, they work great for moving those around. And I'm going to help these bubbles kind of dislodge and come to the top. There's not very many, but I do see a couple. All right, so I'm going to go over this with my heat gun, and then I am going to let it just sticky cure, and then I'll be back for the next step. See you in a while. Okay, everybody. I'm back This is sticky, thick and sticky cured. I don't know if you can see. Oops, I got a little lint on there. This is also a really good time to make sure you're picking out any little lints or hair or anything that might get in here. Before it gets all the way cured, then it's kind of pretty much too late. So anyway, if you can see here, when I lift up on the resin, it kind of makes a little mountain. Do you see how thick it is there? But it's still soft enough to where it's going to self-level itself back out. I am going to be using these stickabilities. They came from Hobby Lobby. Okay, there's 2 of each sticker, 1 on each side there. So we are going to use these Chinese characters. Okay, I'm going to try to not get fingerprints on them, and I'm going to use my tweezers to help me get them in there. I would like to kind of center them if I can here pretty well. There we go. That looks pretty good for that one. Make sure there's no bubbles in it. Just kind of press it down. Okay, this looks pretty good. Okay, so now what we're going to do, this is sitting in here like that. We are going to go ahead and start mixing up our color for our background. Okay, and over this real quick, smooth it all back out. And one of the things when you're using your heat gun around these kind of plastic stickers, you have to be really careful because if they get too hot, they will curl. And are we still lined up okay? It looks like for our words, the line of the bottoms should match the bottoms of our coaster. Have it straight. Okay, so I am going to use some Bombay India ink for my color here to fill these. Let's see. And I am going to be using this crimson. Okay, it's India ink. Does a really great job of mixing. It's a bit thicker. There we go. Oh, it's definitely getting warm. Okay, I added just a bit of cherry red to darken this up a bit. I want this just a little darker so you can see over here. I don't want it opaque. I don't want it violet color. I really want it red. And it's definitely getting thicker now, so I'm gonna have to just pour as we've got it. Okay, it's getting a bit warm. Okay, so let's go ahead and start pouring this. I'm gonna pour slowly over our letters there, characters. When you're dealing with these kind of things, you might want to go around the edge. Make sure you're kind of going flush around the edge so you're catching any bubbles. Just don't go very deep. You only want to go as far down as what your background color is, okay? I'm going to set it over here to cure on my curing rack, and we will see how this turns out when it's all cured. Hello everyone! I'm back to demold our Chinese New Year coasters, and I feel like they are pretty much cured. I'm excited to see how they turn out. So here we go, the red is a really pretty red. It wasn't completely opaque. There's a little bit of translucency to it, but that just might be okay. Let's see how they turned out. We did the gold around the rim, and each one has a different phrase. And here's this one. Now, this is the one that says joy, and I see a couple little bubbles in here, and I also see that the sticker the red kind of came down underneath the sticker a little here. Do you see this? So it turned out really pretty, but that might be a problem that we have with some of these. So if that's the case, then that means that I should have probably waited until the clear part on the front of the coaster was a little bit more cured before we put the sticker down. Okay? Here's this one that says Goodwill, and we kind of had the same problem. You see the little bubble here, and then some of the red leaked underneath the sticker. Looks like I might have to redo these. Good thing they came two in a package, huh? Have to redo these. I think they would have been really beautiful if they would have turned out a little bit better. Here is Peace. Same problem. The red came underneath the sticker. Okay? And here's the last one. This one says love, and exactly the same thing, okay? The red came underneath the sticker. But as you can see, if these would have not done that, they would have actually turned out very pretty. So I am just going to give this another try. Hello everyone. Okay, since I finished these coasters actually a couple of days ago, I was preparing to redo the whole thing, okay? And then I decided that actually there's a way, I believe, to save these. So I decided to go ahead and share with you what I'm going to do, and just kind of to make it so that I don't have to undo the whole, redo the whole process all over again. Taking a little bit of alcohol, and I'm going to wipe down the tops of these coasters. I just thought these were going to be really cute, and I was so disappointed that I kind of got in a rush earlier and kind of was impatient. Okay, so what we're going to do is, since this pack of stickers that I had that came from Stickabilities, which is Hobby Lobby, luckily it came with the same stickers sheet on each side of the package. So I decided, instead of redoing these, I'm going to try to save these and place the stickers that were on the back of the package directly over the stickers that I had messed up on, okay? So I'm going to attempt to do that, and then what I'll do is I will put a thin layer of resin over the very top of this, and I'm going to have to really make sure that I get it directly on top of it. Probably should have put my glasses on to do this. Let's see here. Actually, move this over here. And I'm not going to make you painstakingly watch me do each one of these, because I do want to be really careful, but I just kind of wanted to share with you what I was going to attempt to do. If I can get the right angle here, I can get the words down right. Let's see. Might be the trickiest part. These little words at the bottom are just so tiny. really a fine print. There we go. I think that's pretty good on this one. I'm going to brush it out with my nice craft stick here so that I don't have any fingerprints or bubbles like we did the last time. There we go. This is pretty good. I don't know if you can see, did a pretty good job overlaying that. Okay, so I'm going to go through and do that to each one of these, and then I will mix up some resin and we'll be back and we'll just pour a clear coat over it. We'll see how these turn out, see if they're savable. Okay, all right, I'll be back when I get the rest of these done. Okay, I've mixed up some more resin, about 100 mLs or so, and I'm just going to put enough in each one of these to cover the bottoms to hopefully get, oh my gosh. Okay, thank goodness for silicone mats, huh? Try this one more time. Okay. Now I've got about 70 mLs, but that's okay. It's going to be enough to pour in each one. Okay, everything's coated on this one. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna let these sit. I'm gonna run my heat gun over them here and see how this is gonna turn out. It's not gonna turn out like it would have if we wouldn't have had this problem in the beginning, but in a way, with the stickers laying on top of each other, kind of gives it a 3D effect. Okay, so I'm gonna use my heat gun really carefully because I'm not in a silicone mold here, I'm just in resin and I don't want to get my sides too warm. Alright guys, there is nothing to demold with this, but when this is completely cured, I'll come back and let you know how it turned out. Alright, I'll see you then. 新年快乐, everyone. Happy Chinese New Year. Our coasters, it worked. We were able to salvage the problems that I had from being impatient, and they turned out really pretty. Adding the stickers over the top of the old stickers helped kind of drown out our overlay of the red, and I still have my bubble here from before, but that's okay. If I would have just taken a little bit more time, these would have just been perfect, but I will take this as a lesson learned and slow down every once in a while, but in the end, I think they turned out just beautiful. And thank you for joining me, and I hope you all enjoyed this. See you next time.